Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Holy shit. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie. Welcome to the one, the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, turn this plaque into a fucking silver play button, please. All right, like I'm trying to get to that upper echelon. I want to be the Kai Sonata of fantasy football streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Get on over there, like, comment, subscribe. Let's put a silver play button here eventually. All right, YouTube, stop trying to shadow ban me. All right, algorithm, show me some damn love. All right. Hey, we're going to get into it. We got to shout out our sponsors because we got to keep the lights on. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know that we don't stop. I don't know if we're allowed to say that after Diddy didn't stop. You already know I'm rocking the GLD. You already know I'm rocking that LA because a lot of baseball news is going down today. Everyone's on Shohei Ohtani watch. Don't worry, but though this is a football show. We're going to get you taken care of. We may throw in a little bit of baseball because we got the homie backstage. I ain't going to spoil any secrets. But, yo, GLD, take them to the yacht. By the way, buy one, get one, 2 chains, 2 pendants on the website right now. Link is in the description. Let's go.
Hop out in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. How to hear I'm burning or turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, nail it up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, don't want zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, go bring away your knowledge.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I did just take the hoodie off and change the shirt. Yes, it is 32 degrees outside here in Colorado Springs headquarters at the Rumboyz Fantasy Network headquarters. But you know what? I crack open this bottle of rum, and suddenly it becomes 75. We're going to get real hot tonight. Take's going to get real hot tonight. I also want to shout out my homies over at Big Guy Fantasy Network, BigGuyFantasySports.com. Shout out to the homie Bob Long. Big things going on, big things popping, little things stopping. Get our consistency guide, get our consistency rankings, all the latest and greatest. You can also check out your boy Rumboyz Robbie Tuesday nights on the Goal Line Goons over on the Big Guy Fantasy Sports YouTube. You know, just saying, got a show, and it's also on the website, BigGuyFantasySports.com. Check it out. And I also want to give you guys a promo code. Promo code link is in the description. All 22. Shout out to my homies over at PFF, Pro Football Focus, with the latest and the greatest 53-man roster, full on 10 to 12-man league fantasy football experience. You may have missed out this year, but she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around next season when she comes. So you better get ready because I promise it's going to be heavy. 53-man rosters and more over on all22.com. Make sure you guys go on over there and check that out. Yes, I did just spit that off the top of my head. Bars, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're dropping tonight. Yo, let me simmer down now. See, I ain't the only heavy hitter here. We kicking it old school, ladies and gentlemen. I already teased on Twitter like dumb early in the morning. It was like 8 in the morning. You know, I'm getting ready for the day. And I'm like, yo, who can I hit up for tonight? Bring that old thing back. I want that old thing back. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 vets of the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. 2 vets of Rumboyz After Dark here, ladies and gentlemen. Big hitters. First up, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch with the fantasy coaches. This man is also a brand new dad. The greatest hood is fatherhood. Give it up for Coach John for the love of Sundays.
Man, these intros, they just hit different when you haven't heard them in a while. And it feels so good to be back on Rumboyz After Dark. I'm pumped to be here. When you texted me this morning, you sent out the bat signal. Man, I put the cape on. I came running. So they got the old Kanye.
That old Kanye. I want that old Kanye because I don't like the new Kanye.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, you guys get the notifications. You guys definitely see this man's name literally bloody pop up on your phones, mates. If you play on Yahoo Fantasy, this is the man. This is a legacy. This is a genius, a fantasy football genius in the making. Because his shit's not done. The journey's not done. Mi hermano stepped into mi barrio. Jorge Martin.
Oh, mis amigos, bienvenidos. Oh, thank you, Robbie. Oh my God, you make me want to cry. Oh, I'm just so pumped to be here. Just so pumped. I'm so glad that you sent me that text this morning to see if I was in. And you know what? I'm glad it worked out. I was a little tired. Got a little power nap. I'm ready to go. Yes, let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Vámonos.
Leith was waiting for the show to start. He's like, yo, where is everybody? What's going on? Everyone's already talking about their hockey bets that they lost. Brad, what is good? Leafs, what is good? Shout out to the six. Albert, what is good? It's terrible Leafs. Well, I mean, it's the Leafs. They were having a full-on discussion. Anyone find Ohtani's plane ticket to Toronto? He's back in California. Last I heard.
Yeah, man, the rumors are crazy. I love it.
See, there you go. I told you. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm coming with that type of energy tonight, Brad. Let's get it.
Let's go.
I was tilting earlier when I heard. I was like, is he really gonna take Toronto over the Dodgers? And no, I think it'd be fantastic. I think it'd be great for baseball. I mean, gosh, but you know what? I think I want him to be a Dodger.
I want him to be a Dodger too, but I'm also a spoiled brat. So like, there's that. Should we get into like let's have a drink really quick because fellas, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. We haven't seen each other. Like we were all venting about our personal lives backstage, right? And I think that after that conversation, I think that we all need to relax. Okay. I want everyone first give a hug. Let's internet hugs. Let's go. How fellas ready?
I'm ready. Let's have a night.
Nice. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Dilly. Let's go. And just like that, off to the races. Shots for donuts, by the way, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just throw that out there.
Yeah. It is Christmas. It's a giving season. Let's dive right into the show, and you already know how we got to start off. Thursday night football takeaways. Thursday night, my second favorite night of the week, next to Sundays, where I stream for 14 hours a day. Make sure you guys check me out. Support your boy. That shit's rough. Thursday night football takeaways. First question I have to ask. WTF? What the fuck was that from the Steelers? Like, what were they doing? What's going? Like, we had there was literally a scene, and just to kind of paint the picture for the chat. Like, if you didn't see the game last night, there's this one specific scene. Like, I honestly swear to God, as I'm laying in my bed last night and like I'm dreaming, like kept replaying over. It was like a hell loop that I couldn't get out of it. Like, you know, and it was the scene where the camera cuts to Kenny Pickett with the headset on and a pen in his hand, like he's definitely drawing him up and calling something. And then Mason Rudolph on the sideline with the wristband, like, yeah, no, that's a play, yeah. And then it goes to freaking Trubisky on the field, and he just looks like, are you like? You can see it through his face mask where it's like, but are you sure? What was that? What was up with last night?
It was. So here's the thing. So for the Steelers side of the ball, my two major takeaways. One, the Patriots are a really good defense. Bill Belichick knows how to disguise a lot of things, And Mitch Trubisky is not known for his processing power. He's not known for, to really like analyze a defense, dissect what's happening, and make the right decision. That's not what Mitch Trubisky is known for. So I get why it was a difficult night for him. In that sort of moment specifically that you're talking about that's what happens, right? The Steelers are kind of in some dismay. They're a sort of rudderless ship right now, and that's kind of the vibe I get, and that's the feeling I'm getting out of Pittsburgh. And it was very evident. I don't know if Tomlin really has total control over everybody the way he used to in the past. We saw, George Pickens pouting on the sidelines, play calls that looked a little off.
George Pickens unfollowed the team and everyone on the team on social
all
media.
That. Like, it's just, to me, the Steelers are just he's like, I'm out. He's like, forget this. So it's just a weird vibe right now. And so that doesn't help. And also Bill Belichick, look, the Patriots are terrible. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The Patriots are awful. But Bill Belichick is still a really smart, defensive-minded guy. He has playmakers on defense. Jabril Peppers is great. I mean, they have guys who can get after the quarterback a little bit. So, I get, makes sense. It was just going to be a hard day in the office for the Steelers.
Yo, really quick, just off of your take, like the chat started lighting fucking Trubisky up. Well, at least first starts off with, hey, at least Kenny Pickett is calling plays while Deshaun Watson having the best time of his life.
Don't even get me started on Deshaun. Don't even get me started.
Bro, all right. So, like, to his comment and to his point, literally every single team in the league, basically, when their quarterback has gone down, they're still there. Like, they're still, like, having some part and, learning the system and being a part of things. He has a valid point. Hey,
Deshaun's money is guaranteed. He doesn't give a shit, dude. What does he care? What does he care? You paid him. He doesn't care.
I hate to take another podcast swagger, but I'm gonna use this one. Cleveland, you're the donkey, not of the day. You're the donkey of the year.
This is exactly why you don't fully guarantee contracts 100%. Because you take away so much leverage and power as an organization. It's like, dude, this guy's fully guaranteed. All of his money is paid.
You're just sacrificing your queen. Like, you know what? Take her.
Yeah, it's in his bank. Hey, he can do whatever he wants. There's nothing you can do as an organization.
We're just going to add a point to it. Just take her.
Take it.
Yes, Trubisky is a Nick MVP. Let's not shit on him too bad. He's a Nickelodeon MVP, guys. Jorge, take it away.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Did that mean we could slime him? So you
can slime.
Wanted to do that on him last night.
Pittsburgh wants to slime him bad with battery acid. That's how they want to slime him.
The crazy thing was that, if the Pittsburgh pass rush doesn't get home, if TJ Watt doesn't get home, Cam Hayward, those guys don't get home and hit the quarterback, all they have to do is throw to whoever Joey Porter is not covering. And then it was Hunter Henry last night, and it was just it was perfect execution from those guys. They knew they could run the ball on them. That the one thing with New England, their quarterback situation just not good. Just not good. Bailey Zappi did just enough, but if I'm Pittsburgh, I've got several friends who are Pittsburgh fans. They're just embarrassed after that game last night to lose that way at home, 2 games in a row, and within 4 days, 4 or 5 days that they lose
to teams with two wins, to teams with 2.
Yeah,
both with 10 losses. And I think there was a stat that Tomlin had never lost to a team with 10 losses or.
No,
at home.
Every year Tomlin does this where it's like, I could be mediocre as fuck. I'm going to be the best mediocre ever. But then there's always some underlying bullshit. And that stat that you pulled out, that is that underlying BS, that cow dung that I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Farmers, I know that you got turned on by that. Midwest, calm your ass down. Okay? They're like, hold on.
The Midwest farmers' daughters from California girls.
FarmersOnly.com.
Farmers.com.
FarmersOnly.com. I like a girl in overalls. What do you want from me? I don't know what to tell you.
It works. It works. It doesn't get there. Yeah, only overalls though. Robbie, you had the question though. You had the question. What did the two teams do with the quarterback position? I thought that was
a great question.
Do you want me to?
You want me to give you my dream? Want me to give you my dream scenario? I've been thinking this up for a while now. Like if I'm front office for the if I'm front office for the New England Patriots, this is my dream scenario. This is kind of got kiboshed yesterday because they won. I don't want them to win anymore. Don't win anymore. I want the number 2 overall pick, please.
Yeah, you're a Steelers fan.
So what I think would be amazing. They'll never do it. Take the number 2 overall pick. Take Marvin Harrison Jr. Trade your second and whatever other future assets you have to give. Get Justin Fields. Then sign T. Higgins as a free agent. Now you have Justin Fields, Marvin Harrison Jr., and T. Higgins. With Ezekiel Elliott, Ramondre Stevenson, that defense, you could do some damage.
You know what you need in order for that to happen?
What?
Belichick did not be in
Yeah, I know. Because Belichick's just gonna take the best offensive tackle on the board and laugh. Or trade it for future picks because he loves doing that too, which is
Belichick is leaving. I don't think that Belichick is leaving that building without a fucking fight. This whole talk about Commanders could be going after fucking Belichick or the Bears could be going after. Shut up, all of you. Like I'm still working on this TikTok and like the perfect way of how like I want to edit it because like I have like one that I've been cooking for like at least like 3 weeks now, and like it's just sitting in my camera reel, and I'm like I'm just waiting for the right time to drop this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just waiting for the right time. Like, I promise you, he's not backing out of that building without a fight. And if you saw how excited and how fired up he was last night when the camera did pan to him, I'm sorry, but ladies and gentlemen, we don't get emotion out of Bill Belichick. After years of covering,
he wanted to win that game.
Like, after years of covering this sport, I have never seen him like. Yeah, we sit on the couch and when our team scores, we're like when y'all see me do that, yeah, Bill was doing that on the sidelines. Bill almost shit himself that he cheered so hard.
But ultimately, the answer, Bill shit himself made me laugh.
That Fields idea is fascinating.
I think they could, and if anyone would understand how to build around a player as unique as Justin Fields, it would be someone like Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick loves running the ball. He loves it. And so you add the dynamic layer of that aspect into the quarterback position. I think he could have fun with that. I don't think it takes a lot to trade for Justin Fields. People speculating it's going to take a first plus. I'm like, no, absolutely not. It doesn't take that to get Justin Fields. You're thinking too much with fantasy mindset if you think that's what it takes to get Justin Fields. The NFL doesn't work that way. You could trade a mid-second and the Bears would be fine with that. They'll be totally fine with that.
John, I'm about to burst your bubble real quick. Bill ain't playing with a black quarterback, all right?
Hey, he made Cam significant for a minute.
How long?
For about half a season.
How long did that last? How long?
But ultimately, my short answer is the quarterback is not in the building. He's not in it. The Patriots know that. They don't. You won't see any of those guys on starting next year. Mack, Bailey, Malik Cunningham, whoever else they feel like names that they throw, none of those guys will start. None of them. So it'll be somebody.
If I'm the Patriots, let me grab Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not able to grab the whole,
they hate skill positions
scenario, then let me wait till the second and let's see if I can stab Jaden Daniels.
Oh man, if Daniels lasted to that point, that would just be gorgeous.
I think that they're this on record. Get this on record. Someone clip this right now in the chat. Chat, clip this. Malik Daniels will be a second round pick. Or I'm sorry, Jaden Daniels. Now, wait, chat, redo that.
Rewind, chat. Clip this part now. Yeah,
three,
chat, clip
2, Jaden Daniels will be a second-round pick.
I had to act surprised, like it was the first time I heard it.
Never heard that before.
No.
No, definitely chop that because that's gonna be just a quick one I'm gonna throw out. And like what I'm gonna do is like I said this on Rumboyz After Dark, and here is why. And then I'm gonna throw out a shit ton of examples. I'm gonna raw dog that TikTok. This is the only show where I can do that. Where anyone can do that. He said Malik Daniels. That's like two players at once. Well, because you commented this and I was reading your comment while I was trying to do my take at the same time.
Malik Cunningham. I don't understand. I mean, I guess like they just won with Bailey Zappi, so that's probably why. But I never understood why they didn't even at least acknowledge Malik Cunningham, give him a shot. He's like bouncing around the practice squad. I'm like, what are you doing? At least give him a chance.
The Patriots, that to me, that is the biggest downfall for the Patriots. One thing that I do want to get into, both of those quarterbacks last night, the two backups did put up mirror images damn near. It was about like a 0.3 difference between the two. Each other in fantasy quarterback doldrums is what we'll call. Like it's like playing quarterback in a 2 QB league right now. Like, I don't know if you guys are Harry Potter fans, but like it's like trying to like break someone out of Azkaban. like getting a quarterback off of waivers right now is like trying to break someone out of Azkaban. Like there's Dementors everywhere, and that's what your other league mates like. Your other league mates are all Dementors. They're just swirling around that motherfucker. Like you're just trying to like get in and get out. Like
it's tough.
I love it. I love it.
That needs to be a meme. I'm popular that a meme. How do you guys feel about these two last night? I think that if it's Trubisky given this ankle injury with Pickett, at least there's a chance that you're gonna at least try and play your ass off for the next team that could possibly have you. And I'm sure that there's going to be a reckless abandonment point because we saw Trubisky do this before, where he just went reckless abandonment. I don't care what plays you're calling. I need to try and win games. And Trubisky does that weird thing where he's like, yeah, fuck that. I'm doing this. Last night when I watched Trubisky, it was, hey, stop listening to them. You've been here long enough. You throw the other options. Just because they say, hey, this is a hot route here. You don't have to throw to Deontay on that point. You have Jaylen Warren right here running a curl and he's unblocked, soft zone. Like you could, and I saw a lot of that repetitively last night where it's like, you know what to do. And they're giving you different options. You don't have to listen to them. I mean, you do to keep your job, but you don't. Like, you can keep your job by doing your thing. So I think that Trubisky, while you can kind of play around with the situation, I think it's okay. It's kind of fun. It's daring. Zappy's definitely fun, but I know that he's going to fall off a cliff soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think either guy is long for the league. Mitch.
In 2 QB, you have no choice.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking like playing. Yeah, I'm talking real NFL. Yeah, fantasy for sure. You can plug him in as a low-end quarterback
that's
too.
What I'm talking about here.
You might get a performance like this, maybe, but you could just as easily get 7 points as you can get 21 points. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could just as easily get a single-digit day out of Mitch Trubisky. I mean, if Mitch Trubisky didn't, dive a touchdown in and get lucky on a couple scrambles, your day looks totally different. Your day, and the Patriots basically dropped 2 picks, so your day looks totally different with Mitch. It's pretty wonky.
Every single Mitch scramble last night, literally as I'm watching it, like the chat will tell you, I'm literally sitting there, I'm like, yeah, that's him doing that. That has nothing to do with anything that they call. That's literally, if I'm Mitch, I would literally in the middle of one of those scrambles look up at the booth and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Bro, there was one play where like everyone basically like everyone went deep. Like everyone basically just ran the fucking same route. I was like, yo, did you just have 2 people go sluggos and like only one run a slant? And like the slant was was on a coverage where it was I think it was on a cover 2. It was on a cover 2. And I'm like,
It was 3rd and 2 when they did that as well, by the way. It was 3rd and 2 when they did. I'm like, you just need 2 yards. Well, why are we tucking this thing 40 yards down the field? What are we doing here? You guys know that it's the first down marker's right there, right? It was insane to me. It was insane to me.
And going for it all, like what was it at the end of the game where went for a long ball, you needed 4th and 1? I mean, it's like, dump it off the Warren.
They did it a couple times.
They did not use Warren. They overused Najee Harris. I was like, what are you doing? Like, we already know what Najee is. Like, if you're gonna go out there and you're gonna try and win this game, you need to win this game on also at the same time trying to figure out your future. Like, I feel like they should have went in and be like, okay, well, like Pickett's hurt. We don't know what that's gonna look like. We were trying to run a couple of options here with Darnell Washington. Let's see if we can get the 2 tight end thing going. They barely ran any jumbo sets. I'm like, yo, this is with Pickett out. This is the time where you just reorchestrate and you can do so many different fun things, especially with the quarterback that can improvise on his legs and did do that to keep you in the game. I'm sorry to not go to Jaylen Warren is not utilize him as the lead back. I feel like that was the biggest detriment to the play calling last night. But I digress. I am done. I'm done.
Yeah.
And I agree with it. You're probably
a quick point on Najee Harris as well, just because I've been hearing this a lot lately, is that like Najee doesn't look like himself. Najee doesn't have the same explosiveness. And, I don't know who has watched Najee Harris in the past and said, man, this guy's explosive. His longest run in his NFL career is 37 yards. He's not an explosive player. He is who he is. And it's like, this is just who Najee is. And it's this idea that, he's, this big, fast, strong. No, he's big and strong, but he's not hyper fast. He's like, so I think at this point, the NFL is getting away from that style of player. These, just muscle, jam it down your throat, give them 25 carries kind of guys. It's just that's not the NFL anymore. He is built like a 1997 running back, and it's not 1997 anymore.
Bro, hey, Steelers, look, the perfect caps that is Steelers. Stop thinking that Najee Harris is Jerome Bettis and Jalen Warren.
That's true.
You know what? Start treating Jaylen Warren like Austin Eckler. That's what you got to do. That Austin Eckler, Tony Pollard last year. Use that. That. That's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, right when I do that, I need like a fucking rainbow to appear with like that caption. It's like treat him like
that would be hilarious.
Same number, both number 30.
Yeah, listen, I don't hate the comparison. I mean, but that's the direction. And so for fantasy, that's kind of my takeaway is
you gotta make it
felt like it.
Plays on the ball, 500 pitch.
But for fantasy, that's kind of my takeaway is like, Najee Harris was really good rookie year because they gave him 380 carries. It's like you give a guy 240 carries and he's not that explosive. It's like, okay, he's obviously not that good. And so we need to get that out of our mind that like, Najee is just like gotta kind of break one off. It's like he's never gonna break one off. So don't think that. Like, why is that even in our vernacular?
I'm in agreement.
So anyway, that was just my beef on Najee. I like the guy, good player. I'm sure he's an awesome dude, but for fantasy, I don't know why we have this weird infatuation with him still.
Let's answer some fantasy questions really quick.
Oh my God. Really?
Oh man. Josh Allen or Purdy. Listen, that's not an insane question.
Crazy question. That's not a crazy question.
How do you have both of those guys? I do Smeel.
Lucky bastards. Meanwhile, I'm starting. Although I said Bailey Zappi helped me last night, I'm starting Bailey Zappi and what's his name, Jake Browning, which is like,
bro. I have Sam Howell and Purdy in the league, and I'm like, I'm turned up, ready for a chip. Look,
you got to play Allen. You got to play Allen.
Yeah, scary. I get it that it's like a scary matchup against Kansas City. Kansas City defense is really solid, but there is just more if anyone was going to have a blow up kind of game, to me, it feels like Josh Allen in that matchup where Kansas City and Bills could be this, 36 to something, 40 something shootout.
Everything happening in Buffalo right now. That's where this question becomes.
I get it though. I do understand.
And like Purdy is going to be a good segue. We're going to answer another question for Brad. I had to scroll up, but Purdy is a good segue for what we're going to talk about later here in a minute. Literally the next topic that I'm about to bring up. But you gotta ride or die with Josh Allen. You gotta ride or die with Josh Allen.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think so. That's
he could throw 3 touchdowns and run in 1 or 2. I mean, because he's going to need to do that. He's going to go into hero. He's got to go into hero mode.
Even if their coach says some dumb shit in team meeting.
Oh,
bro!
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, "This is like that time the announcer was like, just imagine this kid was adopted and now everybody wants him." I was like,
"Oh, brutal! Yeah, brutal! Yeah, brutal."
That was a think before you speak moment. That was a think before you speak moment.
Yeah, brutal. That was bad.
God, listen, here's the thing. To people that don't think before they speak, take it from me, okay? Like, this is where like I need like hearts and shit like around like my screen, like a public service announcement. Like, look, seriously, get some help. Like, I do this while drinking, and I think before I speak. There's times where I even tell my chat, I'm like, hey, that thing you just typed is going to get us canceled. And then you know what? We're all good. Hey, and then where's Michael Jordan? Get some help. That's how I'm gonna wrap that up.
No.
Robbie, this is important. Win this week, I make the playoffs. I'm starting Madison right now. Don't ask why. But I picked up McKinnon and CH at the Pacheco. Am I starting one of them over Madison? You should yeet yourself out of a top floor window. Say, no, I'm kidding. Oh, fuck. No, like for real, I don't trust CH. I don't trust McKinnon. Me personally, I would start Madison over either one of them, especially with the pass game being able to stretch the field and then open up the run game even more because now the defense has to dictate towards the fact that, oh my gosh, Justin Jefferson is back on the field. Ah! So, yeah, give me Madison over the two.
There's a
city bus in your neighborhood that drives faster than both of those 2 running backs.
This is what I will say about that situation. If you are projected to win, I think you stick with Alexander Madison because it's more stable, more consistent points. Like you're probably not going to get less than 8. Probably won't get more than like 13. I guarantee right now. I guarantee CEH or Jerick McKinnon, one of the two, will outscore Alexander Madison. I don't know which one it will be. I don't even think Kansas City knows which one it will be. But I guarantee one of them will, and the other one will absolutely be a dud. So I think that's too risky. If you're behind, and you need to score a lot of points, then maybe you take that risk. But it is super risky.
Jorge.
There was a part of me that first was saying Jerick McKinnon because I actually talked about it today in an article that I wrote on Yahoo about this game where I wrote at the last minute after Pacheco came out is how McKinnon had that run last year where weeks 13 to 18 he scored 9 touchdowns, and so Mahomes loves him. He's good in pass pro. He's a receiving back. So but the thing is, you're banking on like 5 to 8 touches, maybe 5 to 10 touches, and him getting a touchdown. Madison will get the volume. He's not very good, but the Raiders are giving up some yardage to running backs. And so at first I was kind of like, are the Raiders playing pretty well against running backs? And they're not. They're not playing that well against running backs. I mean, Raheem Mostert stuck him for 86 yards a couple weeks ago.
I have an ex that was more conservative than how much yardage the Raiders are giving up. So,
Was she still conservative after you, Robbie?
No. And see, and this is why I make that joke and I make that punchline on this show. Like, I'll always make sure that like I do at least like I keep those zingers coming. I keep those punchlines coming, because yeah, like comedy should have its place, and comedy definitely does have its place. Of course, there's fucking, like text and shit in which things are put in, but like context and things. But no, like don't worry, guys. I will always make sure I protect our right to say some funny ass shit. Morgan, Morgan. I love that.
Yeah, you're more conservative.
After taking this fantasy football question about the Josh Allen or Purdy, I think that this is a perfect time for us to get into a topic I have been itching. I have been dying to discuss.
This is a good one, actually. I'm excited to talk to Jorge about this.
Earlier in the season, we had a similar conversation, and it took maybe only 7 weeks into the season for you guys to digress off of my boy, my dog, Tua Tagovailoa. So now I got to defend for my homie, Glock Purdy. All right. Big Cock Brock. Bang, bang, Niner gang. What's up? Yeah, I just called him Glock Purdy, and then I called him Big Clock Brock, and then I went bang, bang, Niner gang. Pause. There was a whole lot of pause after that.
That was
Big
great,
Clock.
bro.
Is that like Flav Flav from Public Enemy?
Big Cock.
You added an L in there for some reason, Jorge. I don't know why you added an L in there.
Oh, my bad.
Brock don't take no L's. Brock don't take no L's.
Hey, Big Clock as well, because he always mentioned the clock. Look, my man's right now. My man's is shout out Adonis. Most bet right now to win MVP. And a lot of people are thinking this is preposterous. I'm about to wild out on this segment right now. Everyone that's running to bet Brock Purdy, no, it's probably not going to happen. But listen. All right. It ain't bad money to place because anything can happen. And us we've all worked right. We've all done writing. We've all done news desk. We've done every part of this whole fucking job that you can imagine. We've seen some wild shit. Are people wild for trying to run up the tab on Brock Purdy? I get it's the futures. I get that we're a couple of weeks away from NFL honors. We're going to be live for NFL honors, the Rummies. What are y'all's thoughts? Jorge, I'm going to let you start. You're out there on the West Coast, so you got your ear to the streets. Take it away, hermano.
You know what? I kind of got shocked at something. He's thrown for more yards and more touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like that to me is just amazing right there. And he's and I looked at this. He's done it in 112 fewer pass attempts, which actually I figured out was about 4 games worth of passes that Purdy would throw. So
think about how long 4 games is.
Yeah, I mean it's he's having an amazing season. I think it's a great bet. For my money right now, I'm putting my money on Tyreek. I think I would want to see Tyreek win because he's going to get 2,000 yards. He's going to get 2,000 yards in 16 games. I think he's going to get 200 yards on 200 yards in 2. For me, I think when Tyreek does something special like that nobody's ever done, I think it's you got to give it to him. So, and especially the fact they're probably going to win their division, and are going to have a shot at having the best record in the AFC, which I think would be fantastic.
He's trapped with 9 inches in the bed and on the street. And on the streets, though, double entendre.
Nah.
I love the double entendre.
You're crazy.
Baby girl, I got a 9 right here. And the ops over there, I got a 9 right there. I'm going to use that.
But you know what? I mean, Purdy's a great bet. I mean, he was a great I personally did not believe that he was going to be healthy enough at the beginning of the season, but he passed every test. He looked great early on. And I mean, he had a little blip, but you know what? He's great. Oh yes. Yeah. CMC, Trent Williams. Yeah. I mean,
all better than Purdy.
Well, the thing with CMC is going to go for 20. CMC is going to go for 2,000 total yards.
Yeah,
and somewhere around 20 to 25 touchdowns. And
but here's my argument with that. Okay, we saw last year when they had to take on the Eagles in the playoffs. The rest of that team did not function the same. The rest of the team was surrounding Purdy during his recovery and just wanted Purdy, and this whole team has just wanted Purdy. I'm sorry, but and I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. But I am saying this because yes, he is, you know, in terms of like the scouting and like the film aspect, he is my elder, and I've learned a lot of things. But when Mike Lombardi talked today, and I really had to fucking sit back and listen, you know, as like the youngin' and like, you know, up and comer, I really had to just shut up, listen, sit back, watch about 2 games. Did that while I was at work today. And when Mike Lombardi was like, what y'all don't realize, and I've always preached this as well, but I got caught up in my own thoughts. He's still the one who has to make the reads. Shanahan can call the play. At the end of the day, it's him who has to make the throw. So to say that he's MVP or he can be MVP, it's not far-fetched. But that's why I beg the question, what the fuck? Like, y'all, do y'all want him to walk on water? Like the same thing that I said, what was it, week 6? No, week 5 when I brought the Tua conversation. I was like, what do you want from Tua? At what point are we going to start giving Tua credit? What, y'all want him to walk on water? Oh, well, it's because he has Tyreek Hill. Oh, well, Purdy has CMC and he has Deebo. At the end of the day, you still have to be smart enough to make those decisions. Because once that headset cuts off, all bets are off. You got 21 seconds. We've all been to the NFL Hall of Fame. We've all put that, and we're like, oh, wait, I have. John, you went with me.
Yeah, that was fun.
And
yeah,
I was like, boom, 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 boom. You know? It's different when you've played. It's different when you strapped up. So I think for me, I have a lot more defense for Purdy because I know for a fact that at any level of football, I wouldn't be able to do what he does. I played third string quarterback. You know what? I had 3 fucking plays. Run this way, run that way, run up the middle. I was literally used in nothing but a wildcat. I caught a snap and went. You know how many passes I threw? 3. They were good passes, all of them completions. I threw 3. And even in those 3 passes, I can fully remember what it was like when I was like, oh shit, like I'm not gonna be able to run here. Like, luckily this is an option. Okay, now I can do something. And even when you're in that situation, a lot goes through your head. And he said, that's kind of racist. He's like, you had 3 plays and they were all run. Put the black guy out there. We got to run the ball. I did play football in Virginia. But no, like for real, like, I don't think that Purdy as a bet is far-fetched. I don't mind. Like because it's a features and it's something that you're going to play as a single, you are going to, this is not betting advice. If you have a betting problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. You are going to have to play a larger unit. This is something to where you do maybe place a 50, a hundo, and then you let it ride. And you just need to be satisfied with maybe possibly losing that. A unit, whatever a unit is to you. A lot of bettors trying to say like a unit. Well, give people a dollar amount. Like just be transparent. Like whatever a unit is to you. Dog. Just say you bet $5 and that's a unit to you. Like if $5 is a unit to you, that's a fucking unit. Like because a unit is literally whatever you make it up to be. I'm tired of the gambling community with that shit. I hate that. It's just a cover up to say that this isn't what I'm really betting. No, if y'all see me make $5 parlays, you see me make $1 parlay, you see me make 10, whatever the case may be, it is what the fuck it is. I ain't rich. That's why I keep it real. We keep it real. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But no, like, so to me, that's my whole thing on Brock Purdy. I don't think that we should be knocking him. I think that he's done enough to prove that he can play quarterback in this league. I think the whole put him in a different system talk, bro. But
you can't do that because he's not in a different system.
No,
so
I mean, there's people,
you can't.
There's people that
people say that about Joe Montana.
Yeah, good point. Good point. No, I get it. And so to me, the conversation around MVP is always a
good person. Good fucking take.
First and foremost, you need to have a very real conversation with yourself and say, how do you define an MVP, right? Like the way I define an MVP might not be the way you define an MVP. Me personally, I look at it and say, if you take this person out of whatever offense, whatever situation, whatever defense they're in, how different, like wins above replacement, like how different is this team if that player's gone?
I know, John.
Super important to me. That being said, I think if you take Tyreek Hill out of the Miami offense, that Miami offense is completely different. And so to me, that is a conversation for he's probably the most valuable player. Like he's pretty valuable that you can't just put some, you can't just say, okay, Jalen Waddle, you now do what Tyreek does. You can't do that. And so
cannot do what Tyreek does. We have seen.
No, of course not. No, nobody. That's the thing. That's why he's MVP. No one can do what Tyreek does.
All shit around him. So like when people try to bring him into the conversation, I'm like, bitch, watch film.
He's like, and he's not just faster. He's not just faster.
He's savvy. His release packages are underrated. His hands are great. Everything about the way he plays the wide receiver position is really good. And he's the fastest person on the planet. It's like
I'm gonna tell you straight
what else you want?
I'm gonna tell you straight up. I've played against fast guys, played against tall guys, skinny guys. There's never a situation in my entire motherfucking life. Once again, I've never played in the NFL, but I'm a realist. As someone that has put on fucking pads and cleats, as someone who's put on a fucking helmet. If I were playing against high school level Tyreek Hill, I'm gonna let you know right the fuck now. I have no answer. If I come up and I jam you, even if I'm the low man, the best I can do is jam you and just keep you here. But now I get called withholding.
And his and that's the thing. Like
I can't jam you because you're smaller than me, or either we're the same height. What me and Tyreek Hill in real life are the same height. I can't jam you because it looks the way that it's gonna look. So that's out the question. That whole 5 yard that Mel Blount rule, I don't get that 5 yards. Because I'm automatically
he's in your grill. He's in your grill in a hurry too. Like that's the problem. It's like his releases are so underrated. Watch this dude off the line. The first 5-10 yards. He can do whatever he wants. He puts DBs in a blender.
If you're the bigger corner and you jam, it looks like you're bullying. So automatic.
Yeah.
Flat. If you don't get that jam off in 5 yards, and the best thing to do is go with one arm. The best thing you're doing is you're coming here. Yo, I got this sideline. I'm boom, and I'm jamming you here, and everything I can do from here on is follow. And guess what? I can't follow because you're too fucking fast.
Yeah.
So Darrelle Revis can't cover. I don't care. Resurrect Darrelle Revis. Bring back Dion. Bring back Champ Bailey. Bring back Dale Green. I promise you. I just named the 4 greatest fucking corners of all time.
Yeah.
I just gave you the 4 greatest corners of all time. A matter of fact, I'll give you a better scenario. We'll put Sean Taylor at safety, and we'll put Prime at corner.
I was gonna say I'd love to see Prime setting up against him. That'd be fun.
I promise you, we're still
Prime is fast as fuck.
I promise you, we're still. You put shot, even Tyreek Hill can run a slant in between the two of them, still catch it, get clapped, and get right up for the next play.
Yeah. So it's
just yoked.
It's too much. And so to answer your question, do I think Brock Purdy could win MVP? Yes, I think he absolutely could. I think it is normally a quarterback that wins. I think it is a quarterback, bias award because they are so valuable to offenses. They touch the ball every play. So I do think that Brock Purdy is a solid bet to win MVP. He's really good. He puts up elite numbers. And I don't care system options around him, coaching, whatever. He's doing it. He's doing it. But in my opinion, the way I would vote if I had a vote, I think Tyreek Hill to me is the most valuable player because you could put him in any offense, any situation, any team, and he would be the best player on the field. Always.
Contender automatically. I'm sorry, but if you get an opportunity and sit down with Patrick Mahomes,
he's the best player on the field at all times.
I guarantee. Watch this. I would love to be the person to sit back with a little glass of rum, sit back, prop up, have a cigar. You know what, Patty? So Patty, even though you did win this year's Super Bowl, I really got to ask. I know that you got a couple of rings now. We talked about Travis, we talked about T Swifty. But I think there's someone that you're really missing. I think there's a love interest that we really got to talk about. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill. Let's get into it. How much do you actually miss having Tyreek Hill? Like, because I guarantee you, Patrick Saves is going to be like, bro,
immensely. Dude, he's watching the ball hit Richie James in the face, and he's like, God damn it. God damn it.
I came up with a good thing.
God damn it. What am I doing? Yeah, listen, I guarantee. So I guess anyway.
What's fucked up? I think the Chiefs would be even more profitable had they picked Tyreek over Kelsey.
Yeah, that's not an outlandish take at this point. That's not an outlandish take at this point because I do think Travis is probably.
I mean, for that take.
I mean, look, tight end to me is a luxury position. Tight end to me is a luxury. Like if you have a really, really good tight end, it's helpful. It's a luxury, but it's not integral. Like it's not as make or break as having Tyreek Hill. Like that changes your entire offense having Tyreek Hill.
Oh, you're going Tyreek. You say Purdy, no.
I don't say no, but I think it's I think he has as good a chance.
Purdy? Are both of you going no for Purdy? Yes or
no?
I
would if
I'm voting Tyreek. I'm still voting.
Yeah, if you're asking me to vote today, I'm voting Tyreek. Yeah, I'm voting Tyreek.
Yeah, because Tyreek's doing stuff that's never going to get.
Yeah, I mean, you're about to see 2,200 yards receiving. We're about to see 2,200 yards receiving. Like that's
every.
Pick your best Randy Moss year. It's not close.
I am about to piss off the whole wide receiver community. From like everyone that has ever played from Pop Warner and above, like to everyone that like the pride of the position is on the line right now. And I was like, I should be the one.
I'm annoyed. I wish I could go back 3.5 months. And I had all these takes about Jamar Chase being the guy to get 2,000 yards and getting a bunch of touchdowns. I wish everything I said about Jamar Chase, I would have said about Tyreek Hill. And I'd be looking like even more G.
I say all the time. I said this when Tyreek was really starting to come into his own in Kansas City too. I wish I got to go way back into the archives of the FTLS. But I said if Tyreek Hill was 6'1", we would be talking about him as the greatest receiver of all time. 100%. It's just a size issue. It's just because on the field he looks a little bit smaller.
I am going to go with the public here because the public needs someone to put some faith into them because he is the most bet player to win it. So I am going to be that analyst. Public, I'm siding with you. I know that it usually fucking fades you. Do not fail me now. I am doing this for you. I am literally doing this for you. My MVP pick already went down the drain. If you remember on record, I said Justin Herbert would be MVP. This Chargers team would be better. I'm Brandon Staley. I'm gonna kick you in the fucking nuts.
Says every Chargers fan every Sunday.
Facts. With that being said, and with that being stated, Purdy, I have a lot of faith in you, brother.
Solid bet.
I'm down to sit down. I'm down to talk. If these motherfuckers don't keep doubting you, guess what? I'm gonna keep rocking with you. All right. I've been a fan since day one, so it is what it is. Go the Rumboyz Fantasy Network a signed jersey.
Yeah.
What go on, Matt? What go on? We got a member in the chat. Let's take a sip.
Ooh, what's good? What's good? I'm getting low on my rum.
My man's getting that Rumboy premium in. Taco's backstage right before about to go into halftime.
Oh, Taco.
What up, buddy? How you living?
I'm living actually fantastic.
That's good. That's good.
Salud, brother. Salud.
When they said
Good, my brother.
color people time, they definitely included Puerto Ricans in that motherfucker.
Yeah, we call it taco time out here. Actually, well, it's a whole thing, bro. You don't even know. I'm gonna be late to my funeral. Okay.
Good. Do that.
I'll show up when I show up, man. Don't worry. I'll be there.
CPT, baby.
Oh yeah, what's cracking, homie? What's good? 2 hours late.
2 hours late, but yet right on time. Yeah.
Just when you need me, I show up, baby.
Here's what we're gonna do. Chat. We have a second half of the show. We have a lot of important topics to discuss. It's playoff time. It's fantasy football playoff time. I really need you all to have your fucking pen and pads out. Like, I know we're having fun. I know we're putting a comedic twist on things. We're having fun. We're having drinks. I really, really need you guys to absorb the knowledge. If you didn't watch the first half, go back and rewatch the first half tomorrow morning when you wake up. It's a nice episode to watch while you're in the barber chair getting a haircut. You're like, yo, when your barber's like, what the fuck you watching? I'm watching home beat your ass in your fantasy league.
Imagine talking to your barber like that. He could
I do
fuck your head up.
My barber's a two-seed in my league. $300 online, a Rumboyz trophy smack ring, and a GLD of their choice. Hopefully, don't.
Who's in first in the Rumboyz staff league? Who is in first in the Rumboyz staff league? Who could that be? Who could that be this year?
Right now, hey, we can do this. We can do this classic style.
Yo, get back in blood, my dog. I'm in first place. Talks
about it, John. I suck. I've
been going through quarterbacks like underwear lately too. It stinks. It stinks out here in these streets.
My man said I'm heading to Turks and Caicos tomorrow.
Turks and Caicos. Live your best life,
bro. Hey, there's actually a bartender in Turks and Caicos, and actually I know for a fact that she's still there. She actually might be with Drizzy, but I know there's a bartender. Bouye's, get my DMs. I'm actually gonna message you her name. And she actually serves up Drake, like the rapper Drake and shit. Like she's still there and shit. She makes some mean ass
Aubrey.
Yeah, she's fucking Aubrey. She is fucking Aubrey. And she's fucking Aubrey for real.
From Degrassi?
From Degrassi.
Jimmy in the chair?
Yeah, the chair. Wheelchair Jimmy.
Wheelchair Jimmy. She fucking wheelchair Jimmy? Damn. She's moving different.
I actually got you on a hookup because actually her and I follow each other on Insta. So yeah.
Well, enjoy Turks and Caicos, my guy. That's not gonna suck at all.
Honestly, bro, a ticket is not expensive. Actually, like the ticket is
not. It's not. Yeah, no, it's the whole like having to work and shit. But that's cool. That's cool. You got time off. You accrue some time off. You earned it. I get it. I wish I could join you. I'm jealous. This is just a jealous paisan coming out.
You overcooked his calzone and he doesn't like that. You know what I mean?
So I get some PTO fresh. My PTO
is go Tommy DeVito on that ass.
Bro, my PTO is really getting used for Super Bowl in Vegas, Senior Bowl, Fantasy Football Expo. That's all my PTO for like the whole year. All my
Yeah.
PTO is all football events. My girl's
Good.
gonna be pissed. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
She'll figure it out. She'll get over it. Trust
that's why
me.
you say
They
I
all
have a
do.
job, baby.
If they don't, they'll move on. You'll find someone who will. They'll get over it.
Exactly. Don't hide it from the world. It's reality. Can I get a hell yeah from Juan Soto to the Yanks?
Oh yes, that was so sweet, Matt.
Shut the fuck up,
Oh
Taco.
my god. Oh my god. That was amazing.
Taco, stop it.
That was amazing.
Dodgers,
like,
bro. This is a Dodgers podcast.
That was
Right
like,
at halftime. I love how we just carried all that banter right into halftime. Like we literally I was watching the timer. I was like, can we do this? Ladies and gentlemen, this is my homie Shama Noel with his viral track. Like this shit is all over the gram. With his viral track, Sugar Mom. I was shocked when I first saw a reel of this, and I was like, I know that voice. And I messaged him, and I was like, motherfucker, did you make this? And he was like,
Yeah, we cooking.
we
cooking.
Yeah, he's like, we cooking. Look for him and I to do something together soon. We're working on it. It's gonna be dope. My homie got bars.
On Sugar Mom too. Hey,
Sugar Mom 2 remix.
The
Sugar
remix.
Mom, oh, Taco, you don't give us Blake the track.
You don't have to worry, it's my time right now, cause the boy about to blow up. They gon' pay me before I show up. Why you hating? You don't know us. Never make it what they told us. But we don't listen to haters, we just keep.
Hop out in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, no turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Shots to your D for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring her where you're not. stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and change shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and change shit. See, life's kinda funny. You stick to the road to the riches and hope you don't crash like some dummy. To get to this money, you cut every piece of the pie to find out you sliced into an onion. Now let's change the subject. These niggas who think they got something, but actually they end up with nothing. It's getting disgusting. I'm tired of the fucking assumptions. I'm about to blow up like a Russian, so stick to the plan. When you lose it, gotta get it again. Keep it moving, never stick in the sand. Even with tired, like Michelin Man, shit, I know I'm the man, so I don't give a damn about opinions. I'm racking up millions, you stacking opinions. She throwing it back in the back of the venue. Now we taking off in her man and his feelings. Now back to the business. Back to the lab with my niggas. Actually back doing laps in the trenches. It's my second home. I ain't have to go visit. I stay resident, embedded to live in the life of a nigga. By day we just niggas. At night we the victim. The life of go get 'em. So I'ma go get it. I stick to my plan and I stay on my mission. A plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and change shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and change shit. So this is my message. Sometimes you just living in life, be an actor. Don't try to direct it. Now let's change directions. It's like that we live full of lessons. Don't count chickens, start counting blessings before they go missing. I promise you, I'm on a mission. I want something, I'ma go get it. No hidden intentions. I open my eyes, saw my vision. Now everyone see that I'm gifted. I'm rapping like Christmas. You niggas just under a tree. I'm smoking it, not metaphorically. I'm smoking no tree. No one's smoking on me. So when I say you're under it, no, that means me. I'm a poet MC and I'm living my dream. Hoping that hopefully you see the hope in me. And if you don't, fuck it, cause I'm all I need. Keep my ear to the game and my mind to the streets. I'm a beast. Stick to the plan. Stick to the #1 mission at hand. Stay true to yourself and give your life meaning. And fuck their opinions, they won't understand. To get to the top, gotta give all you got. Only get in one shot, so give up or not until your heart stops. Gotta stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and change shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and change shit. Just stick to the
We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. What is good? What is good? Say hi, Ryan.
What's up, dog?
He's black.
Yo, halftime's getting better and better, man. I'll tell you. I remember when we first started doing Rumboyz After Dark, and halftime was rough. It was. I used to leave the studio, go do something else. Now I legit sit and enjoy halftime. It's fun.
You're like, who the fuck is dropping bars? What's going on?
yeah.
Got some new shit popping. One of the homies I went to high school with was actually.
I tell you, I'm more Earth, Wind, and Fire, but you know, I was head bobbing on that one. That was fire. Total.
I was on a big Marvin Gaye kick the other day. I was a fan. Yeah, I gotta go back to the oldies every once in a while. The classics.
I took it back to some
classics.
Slick Rick.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I took it back to like some Lottie Dottie. We like the body.
We don't
bother nobody. We just some men that rock the mic, and we rock the mic. We rock the mic, right?
Earth, Wind, and Fire makes me think. My mother used to listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire all the time. Yeah, so that makes me think of my mom, which is really funny. Yeah,
and you mentioned
The other one too, actually, believe it or not, and this is a little later on in life, but CNC Music Factory is another one that my mother used to listen to all the time too. yeah. I remember we'd be driving around. She'd have the cassette in the Jeep. Throw the cassette in. Oh man, yeah.
So you mentioned,
I love classics.
but you did mention Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
My wife and I, when we did our first dance, was Marvin Gaye's "How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You." So
that's a great song. It's a great one. That's a beautiful song. Yeah, that's an all timer. I love
him and
that.
Timmy Tyrell have so many good songs together too.
The worst
like the
feeling,
two of them together were amazing.
The worst feeling in the world is when you're a 90s baby, right? Like me, I'm a 90s baby. And like you remember being in the back seat and like your parents playing "Nobody Do It Like Me," nobody, and they look over each other and you're like, you don't know what that look means when you're like fucking 7 years old, right?
Oh, you know what it means now.
But then you become like in your 20s, and then you start playing that song, "Nobody," and then next thing you know, motherfucker, 4 weeks later, it's like, I missed my period. You're like, fuck, this song got me in trouble.
Yeah. And 9 months later, you got a sibling. You're like, damn it, I thought I was gonna be an only child. What the hell? How did this shit happen?
Bro, that's
God damn it. I can take my eyes off my parents for 1 minute. And all of a sudden now I got siblings.
Yo, funny story. My little brother, I remember like my little brother and my
You
parents,
remember the night your dad did it?
Parents told me the story. My little brother was actually made an usher. He was performing at this year's Super Bowl.
God damn.
Yeah, I told this little motherfucker I should buy you tickets for your birthday.
God damn. Damn.
He didn't think it was funny.
Hey, Usher's done now. He's out. He's done with his
rugby. These are my confessions.
Like when my parents had him and everything, they're like, you get to pick the name. I was like, are you sure I get to pick names? Like, you get to pick name.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see.
I'm going Usher Raymond. That's his name.
I named my brother Zach after the Black Power Ranger.
That's dope. No, that's dope. That's a dope name.
My parents did.
That's a dope name.
Like, that's what mom does. My mom being my mom, she's like, well, Zach is a biblical name. And she looks over at my dad, she's like, Sean, Zach is a biblical name. She's like, so he sets me on par. I'm like, Mom, that's not what I meant at all. He's gonna be a mastodon.
I wanted that mastodon motherfucker. That's who I want. I didn't know biblical shit in this. Nah.
Exactly. It wasn't none of that.
None of that.
Brilliant.
Let's get back into cooking up some famous football content for y'all. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the wrong boys and girls want to do. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
That was a nice way to break open the ice, though. The hell y'all has that?
Shut up, Leafs. Shut up, Leafs.
Your dad went to go get milk and actually back.
You know what's crazy? Leafs is probably too young to know about Omarion, but Omarion was a whole wave, bro.
Wow.
Yo.
Wow. We went there. Touch. Your dad went to go get milk and actually came back. He came back and then left again and then didn't come back. That's how that works. So, Dad, I love you. That's a joke. If my dad is watching, it's a fucking joke. All right. I know my dad. He's gonna text me. He's like, I can't believe you just said that on air. Like, shut up. One thing that I want to get into. The Dallas Cowboys take on their divisional rivals in the Philadelphia Eagles this week. It has now changed. We have gotten news. When I wrote the script, we didn't have the news. We now have the news that Mike McCarthy is probably going to be there, is likely, highly likely to be there to coach this game, which now changes the dynamic of probably what your takes were prepared to be. That's my fault. I be getting details when shit be happening. Warning, we are not trained professionals, just so y'all know.
Well,
maybe I am.
The stunts.
This whole crew is, the stunts though. The stunts.
I'm not sure. What are you talking about?
What are your expectations for this game with both fighting for seeding? Again, the biggest factor is that McCarthy is actually coming back. He's coming back off the appendix. We have a coach for coach battle. We have a tit for tat. I feel like. Taco, I'll let you go. You haven't talked all fucking day.
So I mean, I think the way to preference this is we're living in a gambler's paradise. Living in a gambler's paradise. This game is like you want to take touchdowns, you want to take yards, whatever you want, you're gonna take it because this game should be fun. It should be one of those games that you sit down and you're kind of like, damn, bro, I wish I would have taken some extra legs in my parlay because this shit was a shootout. This game was fire. Dak is hitting. Dak ain't that Dak we thought he was. He's regular season Dak. He ain't that playoff Dak yet. You know what I mean? So
what Taco was saying is, we're in a hustler's life, living in a gambler's paradise.
Like, this is what this game was going to be, bro.
Don't stare to close set lines, over unders. They may tend to lie. Oh.
I like this game. Personally, I really hope this Eagles defense can finally start to show themselves again because I want to start them in week 16 and 17, but they got to give me a little bit of something because otherwise I'm going to have to make a pivot. So that's what I really want to see over the Eagles, especially in this game versus a good Cowboys defense. I want to actually see them slow the Cowboys down a little bit. I personally, if you tell me between Dallas and Philly, go Philly. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck you, Cowboys. I don't like y'all. But with that being said, fantasy-wise, they've been pretty friendly for a lot of us lately. Dak is on one. He's pushing up boards. It's really hard not to like, Dak in a lot of these bets with his numbers being the way they are. My one friend who's on the heater as well, he's like ringing his bells. He's like, I'm putting like $500 on this game because like they should hit everything.
I've honestly, so a lot of the premiums, you guys have access to my DMs. You guys have access to me full time. A lot of the premiums have been hitting me up about this. Even some of the premiums beyond the paywall. $6.99. You can get all my picks. You can get all my takes. You can get all my bets. You get them personalized to you, to your situation. You just hit the join button, and then I hook you up. I'm going to hook up everyone else with the same shit that I've kind of been saying. This is one that you are going to probably be finding yourself playing a lot more hedges than what you have realized. AJB versus CD's nuts. I'm going to be honest. I think that Philly really steps up. Philly has to step up against this team. Philly has to come aggressive against this team. We don't know how well Mike McCarthy has recovered from this situation and how healthy he's going to be. And I think that that's the biggest impact whenever we talk about this Philadelphia Eagles team. So with that being said, and with that being stated, or when we talk about that Dallas team, with that being said and with that being stated, I am rolling Philadelphia Eagles. I think that you can comfortably take the Philadelphia Eagles money line. I think you can take the Philadelphia Eagles spread. I don't think that you play Dallas covering. I think that Dallas finds a way to Dallas in this game. I think that penalties are going to be the equalizer. Dallas is a team that will get penalized and that will feel the detriment. So that's my take. Jorge.
I bet the over. Anybody who's does DFS, stack this game. Stack this game. I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be awesome. Dak at home is absolutely fantastic. So I mean, you look. It's indoors. The Eagles secondary is they're number 32 against wide receivers this year and against quarterbacks. I mean, it's just it's gonna be a field day for Dak. I think you fade Tony Pollard a little bit, but I mean this is gonna be points. AJ Brown, Matt Harmon was talking earlier today. That AJ Brown shreds the defense, the primary defense that the Dallas Cowboys run. So this is going to be like we had the comment earlier. AJB against CD. This is going to be like LeBron against Giannis. It's going to be just one on one. It's just going to be one on one, going back and forth. It's just going to be like boom, 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 and both of them are good. I think we could get the wide receiver one out of this game, and the wide receiver one and wide receiver two. I think it's they're both just going to be awesome tonight. This weekend, I think Dallas is going to make one more play, and I kind of want it because I want them to. I want them to run the table and be tied at the end. Tied at the end. That would just be awesome because actually after this, the Eagles, their schedule is just Charmin soft. I mean, it is just, oh my goodness. So you just this is gonna be, this game's gonna go nuts. Get your popcorn, enjoy Sunday Night Football, and just sit back.
We'll be live.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 hours of the 14 hours.
14 motherfucking hours. Your favorite YouTuber's not doing it.
Mm-mm.
Like, I promise you. I promise you. Your favorite YouTuber's gonna fucking tap out. I just routinely. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it after you just kind of like hook me up with that. After the Super Bowl, be on the lookout. I am going to do a 48-hour live stream.
Ooh, 48?
I am going to
do you and McGregor in this shit? That's 24. Never mind. But still, you know what I'm saying.
Listen, you do not bring us to the bathroom. You do not bring us to the bathroom, okay?
No.
Head only.
Bathroom. We're not bringing her to the bathroom, but like, there's no, like, yeah. I just want to spoil that after Super Bowl. I'm doing a subathon. We about to do some wild shit during the off season.
48 hours.
Off season Rumboyz content is my favorite content. It's all I give a shit about.
That OnlyFans is about to open up real quick.
Bro, hey, we're definitely gonna fucking do a pay-per-view.
I was like, I got feet pics.
Yeah, put that shit behind a paywall.
This is what Robbie does with his PTO.
Yeah.
I actually am going to use PTO for the 48-hour stream.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's funny.
What's your take on this Eagles?
So I'll say quickly to Jorge's point, I think this is a must-win game for the Cowboys because the Cowboys' schedule to end the season is rough. Like if they don't win this game, they got the Bills, they got the Dolphins, they got the Lions. Like it could be tumultuous kind of going into the playoffs. I think both teams are going to make the playoffs. They're both in there, but you want to have a signature win that really puts the wind, in your sails kind of heading into the end of the season. So I think this is huge for the Cowboys. Eagles, obviously, they're one of the better teams in the league for a reason. Both defenses, in my opinion, are pretty fraudulent. I think they're both exploitable. And Dak's playing like a man on fire. The Eagles are the Eagles. Their offensive line's crazy. Jalen Hurts can, do some magic with both his legs and his arm. A.J. Brown's going to go crazy. I like this game. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a lot of scoring. But in my opinion, it's going to come down to who has the ball last. And that's kind of an old cliche for, football games of who has the ball last and who understands how to control the clock.
It is an old cliche. It's the equivalent of this is interesting. So I am going to challenge you right now. I'm not going to allow you to use that as a fucking escape. Fine. This is interesting. Or bitch, no shit is interesting. What are we fucking talking about? Okay.
But I think I do think the Cowboys ultimately win because I do think Dak is playing at a pretty extreme level for him, which is
5. Bet me 5. Gentlemen's bet 5.
I got you.
I got Eagles. I got Eagles.
All right, fine. I'll take a 5. I'll take a Finsky. I'll take a Finsky. I'll take Cowboys. I think Dak is playing at his absolute peak right now. That's hard to beat. Jalen Hurts is playing well enough to win, obviously, and the team around him is good enough to win. But I think at the end of the day, McCarthy's going to be there. Cowboys are going to pull it out, and they're going to win this game. It's going to be high scoring. It's going to be a lot of fun. Fantasy implications, start everybody. Start everybody. Start everyone and everyone that you can. I'm starting Brandon Cooks. I'm starting everybody. I'm starting Jake Ferguson. I'm starting both quarterbacks. I'm starting both running backs.
Not unhinged. We have people on the set betting the Cowboys. Oh,
Dallas Goedert may be back in.
I'm taking Dallas Goedert back. So Dallas Goedert is back. He had to practice in full today, practice in full yesterday. Dallas Goedert is presumed back. I'm starting Dallas Goedert off of injury. I'm like, I want pieces of this game. I am totally confident. So yeah, I think it's going to be it's going to be one of those electric Sunday night fucking great games. And so you want to sit down, you want to buckle in, you want to shut your phone off, you want to just watch the game, have some fun.
You don't want to shut your phone because you want to watch Rumboyz.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, have Rumboyz on the side, but okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take and put no notifications on. You don't want girls texting you, guys, that you don't want people distracting you. You want to be glued in, locked into this game, because this game is going to be so important. It's going to tell you a lot about both franchises, in my opinion, and how they're playing going into the playoffs. This is when you need your team to heat up. This is it. Like, this is, this whole talk, like, I know I don't want to bring it up because we're going to get on a tangent, but this whole talk of like, sitting Jalen Hurts to get him healthy and what? No. This is when you need your team to figure it the fuck out and get on a roll. And I think this is a catalyst for both teams.
Hey, yo, Twitch, we need to figure out a fucking way to where y'all can pay up to get your shit answered right away. Because, like, YouTube, they're able to pay up to where, like, I can cut anyone off and I have to answer a question because they pay. Like, we need to figure out a fucking way to get you.
Puka and Clyde are flex, dude. That's a tough
War Eagle, Clyde, or Puka. Yo, bro, Puka. It's Puka.
It's got to be Puka.
I mean, weather's not going to be good, but Stafford can throw through. I mean, how many carries is Clyde going to get? Puka's going to get 10 targets.
8. Yeah, Puka, and this is the thing. And Puka works well in the screen game and short yardage things, and he can make a lot happen with the ball in his hands. He doesn't need to be downfield targets, so the weather doesn't bother me as much. It doesn't.
How we broke down the Steelers earlier, and like how they're trying to use Najee as like this fucking wannabe Jerome Bettis type BS. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they trying to use like Jerome Bettis. Get out of the offense.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm taking Cowboys. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think they're gonna rally around their coach, and I think it'll be a pivotal game for them because they're probably gonna drop 1 or 2 more heading into the end of the season, whether it's against the Bills or against Miami. And they need this win. They need it. They need it because you can't lose this.
I'm gonna back John up on this really quick. I'm gonna back John up. No girls.
No risk.
Yo, ladies.
Yeah, no. He's a guy. Yeah, I'm not here to judge nobody. Whoever texts you, text you. I ain't God or your mother.
Yup. Hey, ladies. Because I know.
There's ladies in the chat.
Really quick. I have seen the female demographic like popping up in the analytics because like a lot of y'all are betting.
I've been on more.
Like, a lot of y'all been betting and shit. Jody, I see you, and shit like that. Jordy, I'm sorry, Jordy, I see you. But I know like our female demographic has been popping up a lot more. Jordy, Carly, like I know, like I see a lot of you guys like post about Rumboyz and shit, and where you get your picks. Thank you guys for paying the premium. I appreciate you, ladies. With that being said, and with that being stated, whether it is fellas. Them shorties, when this game comes on, them shorties, your game is on D&D. Ladies, when this game comes on, your phone's on D&D. Because I promise you, like my homies have already said, Jorge said it. Basta said it. Taco has said it. This is the game that you're going to want to have the bets. This is the game that you're going to have the parlays. I'm going to be live for 14 hours straight on Sunday. You dig what I'm saying? So if I'm already live, all you got to do is jump in the chat on Sundays. I'm going to tell you what bets. I'm going to tell you what parlays. Because what we're going to do, we're going to fill out the whole Sunday slate. And we're going to bet that bitch right up to the last minute. I promise you. I got you. I got you covered. Right now, we're taking Philly early on the money line. And that's the only thing we're revealing right now. We're revealing money line on Friday night. That's it. I'm revealing money line on Friday night. These cats can say whatever they want in their takes.
It was
follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Twitter. But I'm saying this. Philly money lines to bet outright. Outright. That's the only free play I'm giving away on a Friday night right now.
I got a free play right now.
I'm parlaying.
You got free plays later. We got free plays later.
All right.
Emma down.
You get the shooters ready to shoot like shit, man.
Hold on, put the safety back on. Put that shit back. Hold on.
Hey, yo, right now. We can get through these next two topics and then get into best bets.
All right.
Yo, Justin Jefferson is set to come back to the active roster this week. Obviously, me being a Justin Jefferson fanboy, I be out here representing for my homie Jake Jettis. Does this help decrease the turnovers for Dobbs to where Dobbs now becomes fantasy viable? And also, how heavily does this affect Jordan Addison? Because a lot of cats that are in the fantasy playoffs right now have been relying on Jordan Addison to get them. Look at it as a 6 seed, 4 seed type of deal. 4 seed or 6 seed, they've been looking at Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison's gotten them here. What does this look like in this situation? Jorge, I want you to start.
JJ in the lineup is, he's going to make everybody better. Okay, because Jordan Addison's been doing great. Now imagine Jordan Addison going against the number 2 or number 3 DB on the other side, because they got to throw their dogs at Jay Jetta. So I'm like, Jordan Addison, I'm still firing him up. Joshua Dobbs, still playing him because he's also got the rushing ability. So so I got this question a couple of days ago about starting Dobbs. I'm like, you're getting Jefferson back. He just makes him so much better. Much better. So I love Jefferson. I love what Jefferson's going to do for that team, and they've got a great closing schedule because they're home a lot during the fantasy playoffs. So fire it up. Justin Jefferson on the fast track this week against the Raiders, and it's going to be great because the Raiders got to punch back. And because the Raiders are going to have to punch back, because the only way the Raiders are going to be able to do anything against the Minnesota Vikings is through the air. So it's going to be Devontae Adams, and he's one of my locks of the week. You got Devontae Adams. He's gonna go over. He's only got one 100-yard game this season. So you go there. So it's going to be. And we were talking about CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown earlier. There's going to be something very similar with JJ and
from the film standpoint, this is when a lot of teams want to creep in, like we were saying about with the Devontae take. It's when a lot of teams, a lot of players are trying to audition and prove, whether it's the next spot, whether it's to attract players to their spot that they're at. So there's a lot of guys that have something online, have something to prove. I like the Raiders lock on your side of things. Jacobs to me is a lock this week. Devontae's a lock to me this week. On the other side of the ball, though, I think that Dobbs still has to be a play because a lot of those interceptions that have been happening aren't his fault. I think that Madison has to be a play this week because I don't want to risk a loss to these guys. So let me try and slow down some clock a little bit, but maybe I keep that moderate so you don't get the same fantasy points that you would expect to have a Madison or even that running game as a whole. I think that the Minnesota Vikings goes to the air a lot more, attack the air. Let's see what we can get out of Jay Jettis. Let's try and secure our playoff spot. We need Jay Jettis. I think that it does adversely affect Addison, but I think that Addison is still a viable flex. Jay Bats and then Taco.
I would agree. I think that it definitely takes away some of the upside of Jordan Addison. But I am always in the camp of, if you're opposite an elite receiver, especially someone like Justin Jefferson, it will loosen up coverage so you can hit big plays. Jordan Addison's fast guy, good receiver. He could hit a big play. Sometimes you want players like that in fantasy. To me, Jordan Addison this week is like the perfect flex. Like he could have 4 catches for 97 yards and a score. And you're like, all right, great, done, happy, thank you. Or he could go out there and have, 3 for 27. It's just, that's what you want out of your flex. It's really boom or bust. Justin Jefferson, I'm absolutely playing him. He's been practicing basically in full for 3 weeks. They just have like decided not to activate him. And so, I think he's 110% healthy. So you play him, he's going to be great. And for Joshua Dobbs, yeah, this absolutely helps. You're adding the number 1 or number 2 receiver in the NFL right now. So this has to help your production. Joshua Dobbs had a stinker of a game, and I get that. He's a journeyman quarterback who just got traded for a conditional 7th. They have bad days. That's what happens. And so, of course, like he's going to have a bad day. That doesn't scare me away from who he is. He's still going to, give you a solid baseline of rushing. And now you get the turbo button of Justin Jefferson. So I'm totally cool.
Really quick to your take with the turbo button of Justin Jefferson being that turbo button. I wouldn't be shocked if they try and expand the field and those result in incompletions, whereas Addison being used in the intermediate reciprocates and gives you a bigger ROI than maybe what you thought that Justin Jefferson could be. If you have Justin Jefferson, you're obviously starting Justin Jefferson. At the same time, don't be overzealous. If you can counteract that with maybe starting a Puka Nacua, who can give you some big boom points, I don't mind that strategy at all. So I just want to throw that out there for anyone that maybe has that setup or has a setup similar like that. Just because a return for a receiver of that caliber can sometimes be disappointing because they just have to get worked back into things, especially with a new quarterback. Taco.
All right, Robbie, play a quick little game with me real quick. What is the consistency of my guy, Jordan Addison?
I'm going to go 58%.
My man's sitting at 83% on the season right now.
83.
Ooh. Low key, the thing about Jordan Addison, you got to remember, even with Jettis there, he's still going to get some.
It makes sense because of the breaking routes.
So it's like everyone's saying, it's going to help him by having a more premier receiver there that's going to take the look. Now, who I'm worried about is what happens to Hawk. Hawk actually might be the one that might see a little bit of downturn in his targets because guess what? You're going to take some shots. You're going to take some. You got Justin Jefferson now back, and you already have a good rapport with Addison. You have a good rapport with Hawkinson. We really don't know which way this is going to go, but either way it's slicing, there's no way I'm taking Addison out of my lineup. He's too dynamic. This is a must-win game. They are in playoff position. All of their next couple of games, I'm sorry, they're winnable. I do not think the Lions are as formidable as they seem. They consistently fold in their big games. And I think that, Dobbs can write a storybook season for the Vikings once again. And he starts this with having Jefferson back. He starts with his bye week and that time to get together.
Comes down to, I think that with this game, I'm willing to play the narrative. And I know that can be some people will caution that, but if you've ever done any type of like crossword betting, there's some bets where like in certain sports where like, hey, I'm super confident in NFL and I know I'm going to win tonight. But what am I going to do in this other sport? Like, and you got the question, and that's where you like take the narrative in that sport. But then, like, you just have this card that just all hits because, like, you cross analytics, you cross narrative. This is one of those where I feel like you cross analytics and you cross narrative. I think that a mixture of breaking routes, maybe you exclude the running game from this scenario, and maybe the running game is not as profitable for you. But I think the passing game becomes super profitable for you in terms of a fantasy standpoint, to where we see Minnesota. Dobbs, Jay Jettas, Addison, maybe Madison gets you double digits points, but it's not the highest double digit points, but it's still something enough to keep you sustainable. I think that the focal points of this offense in a game like this can actually rear their ugly heads and become positive ROI. And if you're going to get it, it's going to be the week where they're all together for the first fucking time before they can be figured out by defenses heading down the stretch. Because once they're figured out, we're all fun.
Yep.
Love it.
One thing that I want to bring up before we get into best bets and must starts of the week for flex plays, we have about 10 minutes before we get into that segment. I want to take it to college. I want to take it to a little bit of a debate. Feel free to get heated. Feel free to yell at each other. Because I think there's going to be some differentiating opinions on this. And the player that I'm going to bring up isn't the only example. But for me, it's a very pivotal example because of the position.
Offensive line.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is now undecided on whether or not he will declare for the NFL draft. Rumors are swirling that a NIL, name, image, and likeness deal is on the table that would pay him just as much as a first-round pick. What are your thoughts? Should the NFL do something to try and combat these NIL deals that are going on? Or, I mean, what should it be? I mean, do we just let this continue? I mean, the NFL is missing out on premier talent when they could get them in their prime. And let's start with Jay Batts.
So this is a crazy, intricate, and decisive and long topic, but I'm going to try and sum it up in a few, seconds and phrases. But I think that the NIL deals changed the college players' incentive to join the NFL. It really did. It changed it in a major way because the fear was always, well, if I get hurt in college, I miss out on my payday. That's no longer an issue. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably going to make close to $7-8 million to stay in college. That's really good money. And so you're telling me I get to still be the man on campus, the best player in the country, finish my degree, do all the things that I want to do, prepare for the NFL the way I want to prepare, and I'm getting paid FU level money? Sure, I'm cool. I'm chilling. What the NFL needs to do to combat that, because I think that's perfect. I love the NIL. I think college players should get paid. If you're fucking amazing at your job, get paid. I don't care if it's college or not. Get paid. If you're creating wealth and you're creating money for other people, get paid. Marvin Harrison Jr. is selling tickets. He's selling airtime. He's selling commercials. All this shit. Get paid. I get that. What the only thing the NFL can do to combat that is basically wipe away any rookie level contracts and just say, hey, once we draft you, we can sit down and negotiate. Because right now, NFL teams can't do that. We sign you, and this is the deal that the NFLPA kind of agreed on, and this is the level of the contract that we have to give you. We can kind of mess around with signing bonus. We can kind of mess around with incentives, but it's the same thing in the NHL. And it's why a lot of guys, you see guys get drafted in the NHL and then elect to stay at college. They're like, look, I don't want to do that yet because the money doesn't equate to the value of the player. And so if you basically say to the NFL, that's fine, we're going to get rid of all rookie level contracts. Once you draft a guy, that basically gives you the right to sit down with him first. And then what happens. If you sign some crazy 10-year, $500 million contract, so be it. That's the way to combat it, because then you say to the college player, hey, if you think you're good enough, if you think you're the number one wide receiver in this class and you think you're really going to make an absolute bomb of a paycheck, go to the draft. Otherwise, hang out in college. Listen, college was the best time of my life, and I played lacrosse. I can't imagine being a superstar wide receiver for Ohio State. It must be so fun, and you're getting paid $8 million to be that guy. Fucking stay. I'm not going to stop you. Or you can come try and resurrect the Patriots. It's like, yeah, I get why the kid wants to stay at Ohio State.
Do you think that so with the current bylaws right now, it becomes a debate of, do you take the legacy over the money?
No. Listen, anyone who talks to you, and it's funny because I was talking to my friend about this with the Live and PGA Tour. Anyone who talks to you about legacy is full of shit. They've never been in that situation. When you have a chance,
a couple of $1 billion, I might do some dirty shit.
When you have a chance to take your family for generations out of poverty, you take it. I don't give a shit about legacy or history or awards. Someone is offering you that level money, you have to take it.
Okay, well,
right.
Well, let's keep in mind his situation though. His dad's a Hall of Famer in the NFL, so he's not in poverty.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying like the college player, like the college player in general is like, look, a lot of these college kids are, they haven't made money yet. But the NIL is now giving them money, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm making good money. The chances maybe I get drafted in the, Marvin Harrison's a tough situation because he's obviously going to be a top 3 pick. But some of these guys are like, I might be a 4th round guy. It's like, yeah, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay at Ole Miss and make a ton of money and stay here.
I'm Marvin Harrison Jr. So like, I also.
And getting a degree is also not invaluable either. We need to remember that too. They get to finish and get their degree, which is, people take it for what it's worth. It's a piece of paper, but I think there is some value to that for the average player as well.
I'm breaking down like this. I've been offered to be a part of bigger entities or bigger things, or the deal's not right. Sometimes the deal's not right. Like it's.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, NFL money is not right for rookies right now.
When I look at it through that lens, and I look at it through a specific lens, I can do my own thing. I can have my own name, image, and likeness. NIL is so comparison to what streamers get and how streamers get treated. It's not even fucking funny. Like, it's literally not even funny. Streamers and college players that get top NIL deals are the exact same fucking people at this point. When you look at pay and when you look at everything, and like Kai stops making as much as what Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to make, like, the next year, like if not even more. So when I look at it like that, it's, I can take this bag right the fuck now, and I can run it up right now. Or I can bet on myself. Well, if I take the NIL deal and I bet on myself, I'm betting on myself. Like, and if the money is right, well, I'm gonna run with that bag.
So
This generation is different. This generation knows now. When we look at any market, when we look at music, when we look at streaming, when we look at sports, if I know that my name, my image, my likeness. Like, you're not going to be able to get me to appear on, like, if someone's bigger than me, and if they want me to come on their stream at this point, it's like, yo, like, you got to toast me. Like, we got to talk about some numbers. Like, I can't just come and do it. At this point, I can't just do it for free. Like, we got to talk. Like, because, like, I'm going to bring that raw. I'm going to bring that edgy. I'm going to bring something you don't have. I'm bringing numbers that you don't have. I'm bringing a demographic that you don't have.
So, just real quick to put a number on it, and then I'll move on. Corey Davis, his rookie contract was worth about $17.5 million. Over 4 years, they took his 5th-year option, so 5 years. $17.5 million over 5 years, and you lock up. So you tell an NFL franchise you can lock up Marvin Harrison Jr. for $20 million for the next 5 years. Every NFL franchise is going to take that opportunity. But Marvin Harrison's looking at it going, dude, I'm worth way more than $20 million for the 5 prime years of my life. I get why the only way the NFL can combat that is to then say, yeah, once we draft you, we can change this whole contract negotiation.
Your thoughts.
What's this kind of deal? I'm actually going to punch back on this one, because the reason why they put in the salary scale for rookies is they were all holding out. The first round draft picks, they were holding out, and there was lost seasons. Sam. Oh God, what's his guy? What's his name? Bradford. He was the last one.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was the last one.
How many quarterbacks were getting drafted number 1, and then they were missing training camp and basically crapping out the rookie season? So that's why I push on that. what I'm also telling, if I'm the NFL, I'm pushing Marvin Harrison. I said, do you think you're as good as Tyreek Hill? Do you think you're as good as Justin Jefferson? Do you think you're as good as Jamar Chase? Okay, if you think you're as good as these guys, then look at what they're getting paid after. They're not waiting 5 years to get paid. They're getting paid after three and a half, in their fourth year, and they're getting that money that's not that NIL isn't.
Because you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that in college. You're not going to get that level of
money.
No,
you're pushing that out a year. You're pushing that from happening out a year, and so that to me is like that to me is what the argument that I say is like you're waiting.
From a business standpoint, by pushing that out a year, you now force yourself to where you now put yourself in a short game to where you need to take the money that you have made. Let's say that you get injured or whatever the case. You need to take the money that you just made. You need to make that now long money. Well, that's a lot harder mission than just accomplishing long money in the first place.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
So I still love you, Johnny Bats.
I love you too. No, I love you too. I think it's a
great argument.
It's an interesting argument. It's an interesting conversation because I do believe that college athletes are worthy of getting paid.
Yeah.
But you're right to the point of the pros are a different level. And if you are worth it, eventually someone will make you very, very rich. And so I get it. I totally get it. But
the Coliseum's all over again. The Coliseum's all over again. Do you want to be Maxim Aurelius or do you want to get sacrificed to a fucking lion?
Yeah.
Not at Detroit. Because Detroit probably won't do it, but still.
And you brought up something that got me in memory. Any Fab Five fans?
Yeah, of course.
Michigan.
Yeah, go.
So if you guys haven't seen it, it's a wonderful documentary that they did probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Jalen Rose was really Jalen Rose and ESPN were behind it. The Chris Webber was with a writer, Mitch Albom, the guy who wrote Tuesdays with Morrie. He's a columnist for one of the big Detroit papers. He and Chris Webber were going by a sporting goods store, and in the window was a mannequin wearing Chris Webber's number 4 Michigan jersey. Yep. And Chris Webber said, "Do you know how much money I'm getting from that? I'm not even getting anything for like enough to get me a pizza." Somebody's so that to me, that's why I'm like, get your bag. So I'm like, even if you're like the best player who's not going to have an NFL who's not going to have a bright NFL future, but you're a really good player at a college town, get that. And I love that the ladies are cashing in too. So that's those out of me coming out.
Hey, Brock Lesnar,
I love that. And
Brock Lesnar and Frank Mir. Your daughter's
Brock Lesnar's daughter, she can hum that fucking ball.
Yeah,
she can throw the shit out of that thing.
Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, get that money.
Yep. I need a shot put contest. I need Lesnar, Mir, round 3 in shot put.
Yeah,
y'all 2 girls against each other.
So fun. I agree. I think it's very important that college athletes get paid. As a former college athlete, knowing other college athletes that made universities a lot of money, won national championships, did a lot of really good things for universities, and made $0.
Yeah.
The idea that saying, "Oh, your degree is free," well, listen, it's all no. I'm making you millions of dollars. I'm getting new recruits. I'm selling season ticket sales. I'm selling booster packages, and you're not going to give me enough money to buy lunch? Like, come on. So I agree that college athletes should get paid, and they're getting paid very well when you're the top player, and I love that. I think I dismissed your point that if you are the 1%, like Marvin Harrison should be, they'll pay you. They'll pay you pretty quick. They'll figure out a way to pay you. They'll find a way. So I guess my conversation and take was more for 4th, 5th round guys. I like that they're getting some money too, which is fun.
Taco needs to get in.
Yeah, get in there, Taco.
I gotta say this. Number one thing, fuck the NFL, man. These fucking teams that keep getting the same goddamn top picks every goddamn year, fucking over great players because they're stuck in shitty situations, ruining their goddamn careers, like guys like Barry Sanders, guys like Calvin Johnson, where they can't even get out at the end because the owners are fucking such dicks. No, I'm sorry. Fuck the NFL in that sense. Let the players do whatever the fuck they want. Give them that opportunity. I'm so happy they get this NIL opportunity because you know what it allows them to do? It allows them to build motherfucking brand. They have the opportunity to build their own shit that they can catapult to anything the fuck they want to do after this. Whether it be them like doing just fucking content creation to actually being in sports to being in a front office because they're able to articulate themselves on a platform that they wouldn't have had if they didn't play and get opportunities that they never would have dreamed of. So I love this opportunity for them. I think that when you see a Marvin Harrison, you know why he's doing that? Because he looks at the fucking teams that are sitting there. He says, the Bears have 2 shots at me. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck do I want to go to the Bears for? They're perennial losers. They always suck. And guess what? What are they going to do? They're going to fucking draft me and they're going to suck some more. And now my career is going to be like, well, if he would have went to another team, no, fuck you. I'm not wasting my first 5 years there. If someone's going to draft me like the motherfucking Bears, I'm going to stay in college 1 more year. I'm going to drink some beers with my boys. I'm going to have a fucking time of my life. I'm going to do a bunch of rowdy shit. I'm going to pray to God that I don't have a serious injury. I'm going to make sure I have my insurance and my NIL deal, build up my own fucking personal brand, and hope that next year a fucking good team fucking sucks for some reason and I get a fucking miracle situation like Wembanyama or Duncan or one of these other guys in basketball. No, I'm not going to the Bears. No.
Marvin Harrison Jr., hey, or from our podcast.
That's a great take. That's a great take.
If nose beers aren't in your future, Taco's not your agent.
Yo, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That was an A+ take. People don't take into account the shit teams that you're probably going to pick.
Fellas,
like you're going to ruin your whole career because you went to the Bears.
Yeah. Let me go try and turn this decade-long shithole around. Let me go figure this out.
Hey, hold on. We had a whole lot. Yo, mira, listen, mira. Listen.
Escúchame.
We had a whole lot of fucking classic-ass Rumboyz After Dark, like memories and vibes. Like we just let the whole show vibe. We got one last segment. Which is like the most important segment. But yo, I'm gonna let y'all motherfuckers know, like, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like Rumboyz After Dark is like, it's like if you're driving down Fantasy Football Street, it's like, oh shit, like there's ESPN. Oh shit, there's Sleeper. Oh shit, there's Yahoo. Oh shit. Yo, what is this dark corner?
Fireworks and dirt bikes going off. What's happening?
Yo, hold on. That's a crack. Hold on. Let me turn down. Hold on. Oh wait, y'all got the good weed? Oh shit, y'all got a good drink? Oh, the Ratchies is over here. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rumboyz Fantasy Network. So before we get into the last fucking take,
Pass
like,
the
I
rim.
appreciate y'all stop by the Fantasy Football Hood. Like, I might as well just call this shit that. Like, we are the Fantasy Football Hood. Like, we are the hood of the Fantasy Football world. And I actually love that and I appreciate that because like we bring the culture together, you know. We got Puerto Ricans on the side. I'm sorry, Puerto Ricans. They smoke on that good reefer, you know what I'm saying? We got Americanos, you know, dale, you know what's happening. We got my paisan. What's good, brother? I fucking love it.
Chillin'.
You know,
Hanging out.
you already know me.
My friends.
I'm the United Nations. I'm Dominican, Jamaican, Italian. Like when I tell y'all this fantasy football shit can have anyone and everyone of what it is, I promise you, baby. Like everyone's accepted. Yeah. Everyone is loved. We have cracked jokes. We have filled this bitch up with comedy. But now we gotta get into our best bets. Ooh. Now we gotta get into our flex. Our flex.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Ooh. Okay.
It's playoffs. So whatever happens in your flex position, like I don't care how you flex it. I don't care how you flex it now. You could be like my homie. You could be like my homie Money Making Mitch and pay the full and hit the Dougie. Okay? I don't care how you flexing. If you got that reference, you got that reference. You already know what I'm saying. Now, you ain't even got to check it now. I want to get your best bet on the books. Lead with the books first. I'm purposely talking long to give you time to research this.
No.
I'm purposely
I
stalling.
called my bookie today. I already got my shit.
Let me get one on the books. Don't give them no receiver, running back, top start. What's your flex? Must start. I'm going to take this shot. I'm going to let Jay Bats then pass to the next man. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here real quick.
All right. So I'm gonna go with my flex real quick because I think it's a pretty easy one. Is Rashee Rice. I think Rashee Rice has really been developing as a wide receiver. You start to see these rookies really pop off in the second half of the season. At SMU, we talked about profiles and drafting and all this. At SMU, I really liked him. He had a nose for the end zone. He could beat one-on-one coverage. They're using him in a myriad of ways. We talked about how Travis Kelce is slightly declining.
Has this weird way of having a fucking Eric Dickerson type like to pop up off the sheets.
So I just think in a high-scoring game where I think the Bills' defense is relatively fraudulent, they're missing Isaiah Pacheco now, so they're going to have to pass the ball more. I think Rashee Rice could be a great flex play. I'm putting him in there with confidence. So that's my flex play of the day. My bet, I'll tell you right now, I'm taking the Denver Broncos money line. I'm taking the Denver Broncos money line, and I'm parlaying that with the over at 43 and a hook. I think they score more than 45, 44 points, whatever it takes. I'm taking the Denver Broncos. Right now, you can get just about 3-1 odds. I threw 100 on it. I think it's a great parlay. I'm taking Denver Broncos money line and the over at 43 and a half. So I like that bet a lot. I think the divisional game, I think the Chargers are kind of reeling. Denver looked pretty good. I know we like to shit on them because they were so bad last year, but Cortland Sutton is a touchdown machine, and Russ can get it done. So I'm very comfortable with that bet right now.
That's it. That's a good bet.
Lease just said I'm taking the Devin Haney minus 400 against Paragas. Look, Devin. All right, yes, Devin Haney's gonna win the fight. Even though you win that bet, I get that you've been down. Don't rely on that bet to win you back your money because you're gonna have to bet like significantly more. I will say take that Devin Haney bet and parlay it with something else. But at the end of the day, hey, Devin Haney, you're not the fucking face of boxing.
Why Devin Haney catching strays right now?
Bro, Devin Haney, you're not the face of boxing. I still don't think that you can beat Ryan Garcia. Tank beat Ryan Garcia. I don't think you can beat Ryan Garcia. Tank did it. I don't think you can beat Tank. I don't think you beat Shakur Stevenson. I don't think you beat Jamal Crawford. So honestly, I don't want to hear any word out of the Devin Haney camp. Unless they come on this show and talk some shit. I have nothing to say about the Devin Haney camp. Lomachenko should have beat you. Lomachenko is better than you, and he's older than you. So that shows how good your boxing is. That's my boxing take for tonight. Devin Haney, I hope you get dropped this weekend. Honestly, I know that my homie's betting on you. Lise, I'm sorry. I hope you fucking get dropped this weekend. Just one time. Just you can win the fight.
So yeah. Broncos in the over. After my friend's take. Jorge, what you got for me, brother? I need some juice. I got to call my bookie in the morning and make some bad decisions. What do you got for me?
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the overs. If you want to parlay two overs, we already talked about one of them. Actually, we talked a little bit about both. I think with your Rashee Rice, I'm gonna piggyback on that. I think the Buffalo Kansas City game, I think that one's going over because these teams, this is going to be Thor against Thanos. I mean, this is going to be Hulk. This is going to be like Avengers type stuff going on. So they're going to score, and I know that, and I love the over in the Dallas Philadelphia game. Even at 52, I think they're both going to score. Going to be pushing 30 points. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to go to the end. So I'm parlaying those two overs. I'm going to do a deep cut on, and I'm going to go another rookie receiver, Josh Downs, against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals have been giving up yardage in the passing game, and the Colts have been giving up yardage in the passing game. That's going to be a quiet carnival game, and Josh Downs is going to get him he's going to come through for you and get you in the fantasy playoffs. Play him in the flex.
I like that because I got him going in Scotty Fishbowl. So I like hearing that. Yeah, I like hearing that. That makes me happy.
I like that. No, I like that. Taco, let's start in your flex.
All right. So for my flex, I guess I'm going to take low-hanging fruit here. But I got two. So it's like levels of fruit. One, I mean, CEH, man. I'm just rolling there from a volume perspective. I know that people are going to be like, well, McKinnon, there's no Pacheco, but I just have a feeling that CEH is going to get enough work on the ground, especially with, the fact that the receivers for the Chiefs just aren't that great. And you're going to need something else in order to get this game won. And I just see him getting a touchdown somehow, some way. I just feel a CEH touchdown in my gut this week. Like I felt that Zeke touchdown like yesterday, which was nice. With the second one being another guy that I'm kind of feeling is Joshua Kelly. Like this Denver defense hasn't been that great versus the run.
Brandon Staley's the bitch, bro. I'm gonna just say that. Hey, yo, Brandon Staley, fuck you, bro. Talk about some. We're gonna make it a running back competition this week. Listen, I'm the Joker. I'm the one who gets to play the Joker card. You don't get to be the Joker. Don't cause anarchy in my fantasy league. Brandon Staley, you're a dick.
Like, I'm just saying, I'm scooping him up everywhere that I can, and I'm just saying, like, well, Staley, if you're going to do that, I need this right now. So, you know what? Be my next Tim Hightower kind of guy. And Eckler has not been performing. He has not been scoring. Kelly has shown flashes and has looked good when he had the primary role slightly. He did not treat us well the other time that he started. So he had mixed bag results. But I just have a feeling, again, a touchdown seems like it's possible. Just the way these things are rolling. They're facing the Broncos. The Broncos aren't the best versus the run. I'm just, leaning on that side based on the way the tea leaves are rolling. I think if you need an upside flex, you're kind of desperate and rolling around. I think that's kind of guy I'll shoot a shot on. Now,
for me, I'm going to go with my must flex start. It sounds like Joe Flacco's going to be the QB again. And as long as
I love this.
Yeah. Big dogs. Hey, the Book of Eli. I'm starting the Book of Eli this week in my flex. Give me Elijah Moore. Let me stack that with Joe Flacco because I've lost fucking Burrow and I've been trying to figure it out and I couldn't get Browning. So now we putting square pegs in the round holes. Well, as long as Joe Flacco is at quarterback, baby, listen. The Book of Eli is a play. I'm calling the Book of Eli. We're riding with him. It's Elijah Moore. He got us 13.3 fantasy points last week. I grabbed him to block my homie from who grabbed Joe Flacco off of waivers to kind of dead that. If you can run, if you are desperate as fuck, if you are swinging for the fences, might as well run that Flacco and Elijah Moore because I promise you, it's just going to be reciprocal.
Love that.
And I ain't talking about your trash bin, baby. You toss to Mark Cooper in the trash bin because after this, he's going to be a has-been. Has been.
I got more in Polly's playoffs.
I'm done. My best bet for the weekend. My best bet for the weekend.
Didn't you the Haney one?
No, that's too late.
You gotta make it an NFL. You gotta make it an NFL one, right?
Yeah, right.
Here's the thing: if I call a fight, they already know what it is. Like if I call a fight, it's already right. Like like I'll do next Friday's episode. I'll do fights. Next Friday's episode, I'll do fights. This week, I feel like I gotta give the homies some real shit. Hey yo, that plus 2.5. Let me get that Saxonville. Dude,
I like that game too. You taking them plus 2.5? Who's quarterback though?
We don't know if Lawrence is going to be back, and if it's Flacco versus Todd, I think it's going to go hard. You already did what I'm saying, man. We better go yard, home runs out the yard. Let's go. I think that's just going to be crazy.
I love it. I think it's a good bet. I think it's a good bet. The Jacksonville game is pretty interesting to me. I think the line in Vegas is waiting to announce who's going to be quarterback. And it's just, you're not going to know until 20 minutes before. You're not going to know.
But that's why I feel like you buy it at 2.5 now.
Yep. I agree. I think if you think Lawrence is back there, that you take that bet all day. That's a good bet.
I don't think you play the main line at 124. Yeah, that's juicy.
That'd be fun. Now you're gambling. Now you're gambling.
You know,
I take the points. I'd rather the points.
I think the spread is the play. Like the 124. Fuck it. All right. Hey, everyone that watches the show like regularly, that like I don't do this for premiums or whatever. Jacksonville money line. There's your premium bet.
Okay, because I got a little treat for everybody at the end of this.
There's your free premium.
Let me change my shit real quick. Hold on.
There's your free premium.
Caliente.
Caliente.
I don't normally like
very much.
Two pick parlays, but I really like the Texans minus 3.5 and the Lions minus 3.5 as a pick.
It's not hook.
So Texans. Hold on.
It's Texans versus the Jets, which again I am not.
I like the Texans in that situation. Yeah, I'm liking that. So you're taking Texans money line?
No, I'm taking them.
You want
minus 3.5.
Okay.
I'll do a UFC.
And what's the other one? Hold on, give me one more because I got an 8-way parlay going with all of our picks. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens if the whole rad true. So give me your last pick, Taco. What's another one?
The Lions minus 3.5 getting revenge for that bullshit.
I like that pick too, dude. The Lions getting 3.5 is a great pick too.
Before you get off air, you have your 8-leg go.
This is it right here. So, okay. So if you bet what all the Rumboyz pick tonight, you would take the over in the Philadelphia Eagles-Cowboys game. You take the over in the Broncos-Chargers game. You would take the Broncos money line. You would take the Texans minus 3.5. You'd take Jacksonville money line. You'd take the Detroit. You take the Lions at minus 3.5. You would take the over in the Lions and Bears game. You take the over in the Bills and Kansas City game. And if you risked $10, you would win $2,458. So listen, I'm just saying, if you like us and you understand the content, take $10, bet the parlay slip on everything we picked in this segment, and you might win $2,500 fucking dollars. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Because here's the thing, it wouldn't be the first time like I've done something where I picked everything from like a Friday night show and it's hit.
By the way, I mean, hold on. Y'all think I'm lying? I'm about to hit bet on this shit. You think I'm lying? I'm about to hit bet. Check. We good. We living, boys. We living.
That's where I use my $5 note.
It's like that shit.
It is. You laugh now. It's hitting. It's hitting.
Fellas, y'all know how we gotta do this, right? We gotta make it right. We gotta make it tight now.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate y'all of you. We had a whole lot of old school vibes. Taco been around for a hot minute. Jorge been around for a hot minute. John, you
too long. Been around too long.
Yo, we're gonna end this show. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the boys are gonna do. Dilly.
Ooh.